Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today's topic is memory and intelligence. Memory क्या होती है? It is the ability to store information for future use. Uh, there are three processes of memory. One is encoding, the next is storage, and the third is retrieval. Encoding एक्चुअली इंफॉर्मेशन को मेमोरी के अंदर उसको सिग्नल से अंडरस्टैंडेबल फॉर्म में तब्दील करना होता है, एंड स्टोरेज होता है उस इंफॉर्मेशन को फ्यूचर यूज़ के लिए स्टोर करना, एंड रिट्राइवल है कि उसका रीयूज़ करने के लिए हमारी दोबारा से उसको लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी में से दोबारा से निकाल कर उसका यूज़ करना. Now, this is encoding process used to transform information into storable form. For example, हमारे पास information जो है that is in the form of signals of sound, in the form of signals of light, and now conversion of these forms into storable form, like into image or into any information that can be stored. This process is encoding, and this holding on to this information is called the storage of information. And retrieval, bringing memory out of storage and reversing process of encoding, यानी जो इंफॉर्मेशन हमारे ब्रेन में स्टोर हो जाती है उसको दोबारा से निकाल कर फ्यूचर के लिए यूज़ करना. दिस प्रोसेस इज टर्म्ड एज रिट्राइवल. नाउ देयर इज अ कंपैरिजन ऑफ ह्यूमन मेमोरी एंड computer memory. The process of encoding in human memory is actually the transformation of signals into sound or an image, uh, or into memory. And in computer, the encoding is transforming the data into ones and zeros. In human memory, स्टोरेज जो है वो ह्यूमन मेमोरी में एक फिजियोलॉजिकल चेंज है that is stored in the memory, and in the computer the information that is converted into ones and zeros during the process of encoding is stored by writing on the hard disk, on the hard drive. uh, in the human memory, retrieval is the act of getting information out of memory storage and then back into conscious awareness. ऑलरेडी स्टोर्ड इंफॉर्मेशन को निकाल कर अगेन से यूज़ करना. एंड एक्चुअली इन कंप्यूटर मेमोरी it is similar, but from here we drive the information from the hard disk. However, in computer memory there are two stages of memory, one permanent storage and the next is permanent deletion. या तो हम इंफॉर्मेशन को परमानेंटली स्टोर कर सकते हैं. If we do not store the information, then it is permanently deleted from the computer memory. जबकि ह्यूमन मेमोरी में 3 स्टेजेस होती हैं मेमोरी की स्टोरेज की. फर्स्ट इज सेंसरी मेमोरी, second one is short term memory, and the third one is long term memory. And in human, permanent deletion is absent. कोई भी information permanently delete नहीं होती. A part of this information is deleted, or the information become fade in our mind. यहाँ पर एक स्केच दिया गया है कि जैसे हम सेंसरी इनपुट इन्वायरमेंट से लेते हैं, it is known as our sensory memory. A part of it is transferred to our short-term memory, and the other part on which we pay no heed, no attention, it is lost. This information is lost, and the information that is converted into our short-term memory, it may be converted into long-term memory if we make its rehearsal, we exercise the information, we remember it again and again. On the other hand, the part which is not rehearsed, it is lost. This information is lost. The period of sensory memory is very short. It is period of sensory storage may be from half second to but not more than 2 seconds, from half second to 2 seconds. Next we have long term memory, which involves the encoding of information. Here long term memory has unlimited capacity. It has the greater capacity of information storage, and this information is in the start it is permanent, and then next it is some part of it is lost by the process of forgetting. However, the information stored in long-term memory is organized and indexed. अच्छा, अब सेंसरी मेमोरी को हम देखते हैं फर्दर कि सेंसरी मेमोरी इसमें वो सारी इंफॉर्मेशन होती है जो हम 5 सेंसेस से, मोस्टली 5 सेंसेस से हम रिसीव करते हैं। यहाँ पर कुछ सेंसेस की मदद से एक्सप्लेन किया गया है इस फ्लो चार्ट में कि हमारे पास इंफॉर्मेशन जो है विजन्स है, यानी सिग्नल्स ऑफ लाइट हैं, हियरिंग है यानी सिग्नल्स ऑफ साउंड है, टच, सिग्नल्स ऑफ प्रेशर हैं। तो हमारे पास सेंसरी मेमोरी में इंफॉर्मेशन जो होती है वो सिग्नल्स की फॉर्म में होती है, एंड दिस इंफॉर्मेशन is mostly brief and have temporary existence, not more from half second to maximum 2 seconds. And the information that is not attended for a long time interval of time, it is lost it is lost. And when the sensory information is rehearsed, then it is transferred from the sensory memory to short-term memory, and it is uh, and short-term memory is the memory information that is transferred from sensory to consciousness and awareness. The information that is in our consciousness, it is short-term memory. It is actually the currently active information that the information that is under process. For example, if we are studying, then the page of the book that is in front of us, and we are reading that book, or any other image or structure that we are seeing, that information is in our consciousness, is short-term memory, information of short-term memory. And this information lasts up to 30 seconds, not more than 30 seconds. And however, the quantity of this information ranges from 5 to 9 bits. The minimum range is 5 bits, and it may be up to 9 bits. Then next concept we have second phase of STM. It is known as working memory. The second name for it, STM, is working memory. It refers to when we are continuously focusing the material for longer time than STM. If we focus the memory for the time interval more than STM, that is 30 seconds, if the time limit or period exceeds 30 seconds, then it is referred as working memory or second phase of memory. We can sharpen the STM skills through rehearsal, and here we have the concept of displacement, that is a process in which new information push out a part of old information. That in short term memory a particular amount of information will be stored, and when we saw the next we saw something new, or we read something new, then the information that is previously in our mind, that is pushed out from our mind, and this process of replacing information in mind is known as displacement. Then we have long-term memory. It is the most important type of memory, and it is permanently storage of the human body. Uh, it has, however, by the time if the it we remain we does not remain in contact with the information, then a part of this information is lost by the process of forgetting. There are two main types of long-term memory. First is declarative and second is non-declarative. The second name for declarative memory is explicit memory, and non-declarative memory is also known as implicit memory. Then declarative memory has two main types, that are episodic memory and the second one is semantic. Episodic memory refers to the experienced events, and semantic memory uh, refers to our knowledge and concepts about our daily life, daily routine. In implicate memory, this part is though not explained in our uh, book, in our syllabus. However, here are two types are mentioned, that are procedural and the second one is emotional conditioning. Procedural refers to the skills and actions. Here we have declarative memory, that is the consciousness, the collection of experience, events, and information used in everyday living. एक्चुअली डिक्लेरेटिव मेमोरी हमारी डेली लाइफ की रूटीन से बिलोंग करती है, यानी जो हम चीज़ें ऑब्ज़र्व कर रहे होते हैं डेली रूटीन में, दीज आर इंक्लूडेड इन डिक्लेरेटिव मेमोरी. The semantic memory involves the recollection of ideas, concepts, and facts commonly regarded as general knowledge. Episodic memory includes the factual knowledge, which means that meanings of word, concepts, and math capabilities that are uh, previously present in our abilities, in our consciousness. And episodic memory, that is the ability to recall and recall the mentally experiences uh, about the specific events and situations from one's personal past. It involves personal life experiences. Then next is non-declarative memory, that is also known as implicate memory. It refers to the internal information rather than the external situation of an individual, and it is related to the past knowledge and experience. Non-declarative memories are the memories that we have stored due to extensive practice and conditioning our habits. Then why these informations are stored, remain stored in our long-term memory? How can we store them? Why all the information does not remain stored in our consciousness, in our memory, in our brain? We have six reasons for it, that the information that explains that why the information is stored in our long-term memory, that are primary effect and recency effect, distinctiveness and frequency effect, association and reconstructions. Primary effect actually explains that the things that are कंसिडर्ड प्राइमरली, जो पहले हम जिनके बारे में सोचते हैं, जिनको पहले हम ऑब्ज़र्व करते हैं. देन द रिसेंस इफेक्ट refers to that the things that are observed in the last time, that are studied at last time, remain betterly stored in our brain, because these informations, uh, this information have been studied early, and it does not have enough time to be lost from our mind. ये हमारे इतना टाइम इससे नहीं गुजरा होता कि ये हमारे माइंड से गुम हो जाए, हम इसे भूल जाएं. ये हमने अभी अभी पढ़ी होती है, इसलिए इसको टाइम ज़्यादा ना गुजरने की वजह से ये भी जल्दी नहीं भूलती. दैन नेक्स्ट थिंग इज़ डिस्टिंक्टिवनेस, कि वो चीज़ें जो बाकी इंफॉर्मेशन से कुछ अलहदा होती हैं, उनमें कुछ नई चीज़ होती है, वो हमारे जहन में स्टोर रहती हैं फॉर द लॉन्ग टाइम. एंड द नेक्स्ट इज़ फ्रीक्वेंसी इफेक्ट, दैट द इंफॉर्मेशंस दैट आर ऑब्जर्व्ड maximum time, mostly that are observed, and with the information with which we have the greater rehearsal remain stored, betterly stored in our mind. Then next we have association, that the information that is associated with a particular event. And then reconstruction. Here we have a graph that is showing that the primary effect, how does the primary effect and recency effect affects, किस तरह इनका असर पड़ता है हमारी मेमोरी पर, कि here we have maximum information, little amount of information may be lost, however maximum does not lost and remains stored. And similarly recency effect, that the information that is studied, that is observed at the last time, also remains stored. Very little amount of this information have the danger of being lost. However, the information that is studied, that is observed in between these two events, may be lost it majorly. ज़्यादा इसका जो पार्ट है वो हम भूल सकते हैं. ये चीज़ें सारी वही हमने अभी डिस्कस की हैं, कि जो चीज़ अलहदा होगी, समथिंग डिस्टिंक्टिव रिमेन स्टोर्ड, एंड द थिंग विच हैव ग्रेटर रिहर्सल रिमेन स्टोर्ड, एंड एसोसिएशन, the information associated with the particular event remain stored betterly, and the reconstruction mean filling the blanks of the information in our mind. For example, हम एक चीज़ों को कॉन्टीन्यूस करते हैं कि उनके दरमियान में कुछ चीज़ें मिस हो रही होती हैं, तो हम ब्लाइंडली खुद से गेस कर रहे होते हैं कि इसमें ये होगा, तो उसमें मैक्सिमम इंफॉर्मेशन जो है वो ट्रू होती है, वो हमारे ब्रेन में कहीं ना कहीं होती है, लेकिन हमें सही अच्छे से याद नहीं आ रही होती, तो ये हम फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स की फॉर्म में चीज़ों को जो है वो स्टोर करते हैं। एंड दिस refers to the reconstruction of information. Then what is long term memory? The information which has some significant things attached to it is passed from short term to long term memory. कि किस तरह से इंफॉर्मेशन जो है वो शॉर्ट टर्म से लॉन्ग टर्म में जाती है. It may have major two reasons, that either it have repetition, mean it has greater frequency, mostly observed frequently, एंड द सेकेंड इज अटैचमेंट ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंट इवेंट. कोई पर्टिकुलर इवेंट इसके साथ अटैच होता है दैट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर इट्स लॉन्ग टर्म स्टोरेज, long term storage. Then here we have the process of forgetting, that refers to the loss of information from long term memory. Forgetting is the loss of information from long term. There are some reasons for the losing information from the long term, that is forgetting. Sometimes this information does not make it LTM, कब ये अच्छी तरह से लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी में स्टोर नहीं हुई होती. और समटाइम्स इट इज़ नॉट अटैच टू सिग्निफिकेंट इवेंट, हम इसके साथ हमारे पास कोई कोई ख़ास इवेंट नहीं होता जो इसको लॉन्ग टाइम के लिए स्टोर रखे हमारे लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी में. Probably it is pre-programmed to erase data from mind that are not used for long time. एक्चुअली वो कहते हैं कि ये नेचर की तरफ से हमारे ये प्री प्रोग्राम्ड होता है कि ये चीज़ें कुछ टाइम के बाद अगर हम उनके साथ कांटेक्ट में ना रहें तो वो चीज़ें हमें भूल जाएं. इसकी ये एक ब्लेसिंग है नेचर की तरफ से कि हमारी ज़िंदगी में कुछ ऐसे इवेंट्स आते हैं जो हमारी उम्मीद को कम करते हैं, जो हमें सप्रेस करते हैं बिहेवियर को. तो ये चीज़ें जब हम भूल जाते हैं तो फिर हम अपनी लाइफ में फिर कंटिन्यू हो जाते हैं एक बेटर एंड पॉजिटिव वे में हम आगे बढ़ते हैं उन चीज़ों को भूल कर. देन देयर इज़ note that failing to something remember does not mean the information is removed from the mind. कि लाजमी नहीं है कि अगर हम किस चीज़ को रिमेंबर नहीं कर पा रहे तो वो चीज़ रिमूव्ड हो गई है माइंड से. हो सकता है इट मे बी ड्यू टू डिस्ट्रैक्शंस अराउंड अस, डिस्ट्रैक्शंस के हो सकते हैं हमारे इर्द गिर्द कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन इतनी ज़्यादा इकट्ठी हो गई है कि कोई चीज़ हमारे जहन में उस वक्त पे एट अ टाइम वो हमारे जहन में नहीं आ रही. देन नेक्स्ट एक टर्म है डिप्रेशन. फॉरगेटिंग की एक टर्म है डिप्रेशन. द द एक्सक्लूजन ऑफ डिस्ट्रेसिंग मेमोरीज, थॉट्स और फीलिंग्स फ्रॉम द कॉन्शियसनेस माइंड. के जहन से चीज़ों को खुद से भुलाना, खुद से कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें जो हैं जो हम खुद से भूलना चाहते हैं. Then there is a term, albeit subconsciously, to introduce a fact or comment which reduce the force or significance. कि हम किसी इंफॉर्मेशन को भूलने के लिए हम नई ऐसी इंफॉर्मेशन इंटर करें कि जो उसकी पहले वाली की सिग्निफिकेंस को कम कर दे. Then we have a term of amnesia, that is form of memory loss. Some people with amnesia have difficulty forming new memory. कि एक डिजीज़ है जिसमें इंडिविजुअल्स फेस डिफ़िकल्टी इन फॉर्मेशन ऑफ न्यू मेमोरीज. अदर कैन नॉट रिकॉल फैक्ट्स और पास्ट एक्सपीरियंसेस. ये पुराने एक्सपीरियंसेस को याद नहीं कर पाते. पीपल विद amnesia usually retain knowledge of their own identity as well as motor skill. Amnesia may be physiological or psychological in origin. That was all about our memory. Allah Hafiz, that's all. Thank you for watching video.